In Python, the conditional execution is supported like every other language does. We can achieve conditional execution through if, elif, which is short for else if, and else statements in Python. So let's see how can we do that. But first, we have to know the syntax. If we want to use the conditional execution in Python, we have to start with the keyword if, then the condition or the Boolean expression, and after that the body statement. And it will work like this. If the condition is true, then the body statement will be executed. And in case the Boolean expression is false, then the body statement will be ignored. So let's take a simple example. For example, if x equal to 1, then print x equal 1. Then I will get the sentences or the string x equal to 1. Now, what if the condition is false? Let's try with another example. For example, with the same variable x, so if x equal to 12, then print x equal 12. And now we will not get any output, and that's because the condition is false and the print will be ignored. And for that, the else statement give the conditional execution and make it more sense. For example, with the same one, if x equal to 12, then print x equal 12, else print x is not equal 12. Then I will get x is not equal to 12. And as we can see, now it's more sense this conditional execution. And now we can use elif, which is short for else if. And we use it in case we have to write multiple conditions. For example, x equal to 10. Then if x larger than 10, then print x larger than 10. And now we'll use else if, which is elif x, for example, less than 10, then print x less than 10. Else print x equal 10. So here the else statement will be executed and the elif and if statement will be ignored. And that's because x not larger than 10 and not less than 10 but equal to 10. So as we can see, and that's all about the conditional execution in Python. And now we will move to loops in Python. Loops is used when we have to do something repeatedly. For example, suppose we have to write number 1 for 5 times. So I think we can do it easily. Let's try it. And the first one and the last one. As you can see, I wrote it with 5 lines and few minutes, few seconds. It's easy. Well, but what if someone told us to write the number 1 for 100 times or for 1000 times? In this case, it will be very difficult and we will spend a long time to write it. So in this case, to minimize the effort in doing something like that, loops are made. And in Python, there are two types of loops. The first one, for loop, and the second one, while loop. I will start with the for loop, which used when we know in advance how many times the loop will run. Let's try with the previous example, but now with for example, for x in range 5, then print 1. Don't worry about the range, it's built-in function. We will learn the built-in function in the next video, but now in short, the main idea that the range return a generator of range of numbers. So here the output will print it the number 1 will print it 5 times. As you can see, we printed number 1 5 times, and we can print it for 100 times with 2 lines only, so it's the same. So let's try it. Just change the number, then print number 1. As you can see, also we can do it with the 1000 times. So the while loop is used mainly when we don't know in advance how many times the loop will run, but we know the condition when the loop should be terminated. For example, suppose we need to create program that accept the positive number only, and in case we enter a negative number, then the program will be terminated. So in this case, we don't know how many times we will enter positive number, so we will use the while loop. So let's try with simple example. So assign 0 to x and y, we need to use y, x larger or equal to 0, then print x, and now x here we cast the type of the entered data because the input accept and store only the string data. So in our case we need number or integer. So we doing cast or conversion as we learned in the previous video. So here, when I enter, for example, 3, I will get 3, 2, 77, 66, 50, 55, 888. If I enter -1, then the loop will be terminated, and that's because I entered minus a negative number, and the condition return false. And now in this loop, it will be better if I used else. Actually, I can use else with while. For example, here the while loop will be executed. Then when will be terminated, the else statement will be executed. So let's try the same example. For example, like this, and after that, print, to save time, print x else print negative number was entered. So oh, oops. Oh, actually now the value of x is -1, so I have to redeclare it with 0. Then I will repeat then print x else print negative number was entered. Then I will try with 3, 2, 44, 55, 99, then -1. As you can see, negative number was entered. It's make more sense, I think.